Because I'm a proven winner. I've been to the places where some of these young ladies, and I think where this program wants to go. And I say that from a very humble perspective. But I think success breeds success. And you have to have been there to know where you want to go. Some of these young ladies on this team are winners and have come from very storied programs. And in the last few years here, they haven't had the success that they want. They're hungry to win again. I think the very first thing I need to do is recruit those student athletes that are already on the team. And I mean that from the very elementary, open the door step down there, that they chose NDSU, and they came to NDSU because of somebody else's vision. And now they're here, and they're in a great opportunity. It is my responsibility to meet them individually, get to know them, gain their trust on an individual basis, so they know where I'm coming from, so I see where they're coming from. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work from a lot of people. But as I've said numerous times in the last little while here, there's a lot of similarities between Penn State and North Dakota State. From the history to the not winning as many games as people would like, to being at a point where they take off. And as you mentioned, we had some hard times the first couple of years at Penn State with Coach Washington, but she had fantastic leadership to bring us to back-to-back Big Ten championships. And in my perspective, I've walked a great template for what the vision and what the future hopefully is here. I think that Penn State kind of gets a bad rap for being on the East Coast, but it is so Midwest in some capacities. But yes, I'm very tied to the Midwest. Growing up in Bloomington, basically my entire family from my dad's side lives down there. I'm very close with all of those folks, but I have a large contingent of family here in the Fargo area as well. There's spent a lot of time in some of these small towns in North Dakota, growing up before basketball took over my life. So I'm very familiar with the area. My sister did play basketball here. Her husband did play football here. So they speak very highly of their times as student athletes, their teammates that they've had, the coaches that they had, the people that they met. So I'm very comfortable with the NDSU family. I think it will be very fast-paced, will be very fun to watch. The girls will look like they're playing for each other and enjoying their time together. And that's a work in progress. The vision of playing fast-paced, being a very motion-oriented team, not as many set plays as maybe other teams are accustomed to, that doesn't happen overnight. I'm very confident and I'm very specific in putting kids in situations where they will be successful. There'll be situations and decisions that I will have to be faced with that I've never been faced with before. And I will certainly look to some of the administration, some of the other coaches here as I build a rapport with them, how to handle some of those situations within the NDSU framework. I also have mentors and colleagues across the country at different institutions that have had their own successes and struggles, and would certainly look to them for some guidance in situations that I may not have personally been in. It's time to move forward. It's time to look forward. There's a rich history that is well documented and well talked about, as it should be. And at the same time, there's an opportunity to move forward, not to discredit any of that, to embrace the history, but also look forward to build some new history.